Tonight we're going to make a twice baked potato casserole. And I'm not going to make a 9 by 13 in this because it's going to be way too much for me and David, and we don't need that many leftovers. So we will just turn around and get started. The first thing we have to do is bake our potatoes. You can bake yours any way you want. Instant pot, air fryer, oven, microwave. I like to eat a baked potato in the air fryer now that I have discovered you can do that. But for this, I'm just going to get it done in the Instant Pot, and so we can carry on and get it fixed. I have probably a half a cup of water. I normally just put it so it's like right under the trivet, and I've not had any troubles, knock on wood, yet. So I have 4, you can see what size potatoes these are. Just kind of a, I don't know if you call that medium or what, but we're just going to put them in. Put the lid on, and I normally, can I tell you how hard it is to try to do something while you're looking through a camera lens? Let me set that because sometimes I forget. Now, I normally cook my potatoes in here for 15 minutes, and you see that's what we had last night. So that was the last thing I cooked. So in 15 minutes, I will let it do a natural release for 10 before letting out the rest of the pressure. So in the meantime, I'm going to gather up the rest of the ingredients and meet you on the other side of the kitchen. Alright, now I cooked my potatoes for, excuse me, 15 minutes, and you can see how tender they are. Now, we're going to cut these into cubes. You can choose to peel these if you want to, but a twice baked potato is the skin that you put it back in the shell, so I'm leaving it. Now I have, listen, that's about cooked too much, ain't it? I think it'll be good and tender though. I have already weighed my dish, and I put it up there in my cabinet because I think it's going to be easier to scoop out a portion and weigh it than to try to scoop out a portion by cutting it in half. I could be wrong, but that's how we're going to do it. Did y'all ever watch Glee? I'm cutting it bigger. The Jane Lynch, who played Sue, the coach, when she had her little TV show, that's how Sue sees it. Every time I say that, that is what comes to my mind. That's how Sue sees it. Okay. So we're just going to put 2 potatoes. I just cut them in half so they would cool off so I could touch them. They were scorching hot. So we're going to put 2 of the potatoes on the bottom, and then hit it real good with our house seasoning. You can do plain salt and pepper if you want to, whatever you think you might want on it. I think will be just fine. And then this is 8 pieces of bacon. You can use any bacon you like. I'm using the Hormel fully cooked bacon that I got at Sam's. I don't remember how many points these are, but that's how I'm pointing out my recipe, using 8 slices of that. So we're going to put half of it, 4 slices, on this layer. Listen, you can't go wrong with bacon.
What? Are you talking to me?
No, honey, I was not talking to you. You just go ahead and watch your TV show. Mama will be through in a minute. He's being good. I don't want to jinx it. Then the next thing we're going to do is the sour cream. And I am using the fat-free that I get at Harris Teeter. And if you have ever seen a creamier fat-free sour cream, I just can't believe it. Now there was a little bit left in another one in the bottom. It was not creamy. So I've tried to mix them together, but that is the prettiest sour cream. It come like that. I didn't stir that to make it creamy. So this is 1 cup. Now you can use whatever sour cream you want, and I did not want to use Greek yogurt because I just didn't. If you like Greek yogurt cooked in things like this, by all means do it, because if you're blue and purple, that is 0 points. So this is not very high points right here. And yeah, it's not as good as regular sour cream, but baked in this for the points and a lot of the other stuff I use, it's really not that bad. It's really not. Okay, so that is that. Now we have 4 ounces of shredded cheese, and if you can tell, my food processor that I bought just tore it up. This is the Cabot 75% less fat cheese, and this is 4 ounces. I'm going to just do it in half. Put half on this layer. You can use less cheese, but I want this cheesy. And just kind of eyeball it, since it's all going to be measured in the same dish. Just do it half. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these other potatoes, do another layer exactly like that. Okay, now we got our second layer of potatoes. We're going to do the exact same thing again. Give it some more house seasoning. Other half of the bacon. It's really good bacon if you haven't tried it. It is so simple. It was like 45 seconds in the microwave for 8 pieces on a paper towel lined plate. Then our other half cup of sour cream, and you see that being so creamy, it is spreading really well. What I would suggest, if your sour cream is not creamy like this, to whisk it until it is, because you can whisk it and loosen it up. So I would suggest doing that if your sour cream is not creamy like this. Then finally, our last half of cheese. This will go in the oven uncovered for 35 to 40 minutes. And you know my magic number is 30, so I will check it in 30 minutes. And when I come back, we'll garnish it, weigh it, portion it out, and check it for deliciousness. So I cooked it for 30 minutes. That was plenty of time for the cheese to melt. Now, I don't know if you can see from this camera angle or not, but the fat-free cheese broke. You can see around some of the potatoes, it just kind of, well, just because, you know, it's made different. So just know that if you do use fat-free cheese, it's going to look different. It's going to look funny, but I think when we take it out and stir it around, I think it'll be fine. If not, if this is not something you want to have happen, use light sour cream, or even use full-fat sour cream. You know, there's always an option. You're never stuck. Now, the final thing we're going to do, I have this is about 5 green onions, and just use as many as you like. We really like them. Just scatter those around. And there it is. There is our loaded, twice baked potato casserole. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh it. I'm going to put my thing on there. And I'm thinking we'll just do it in grams. Oh, it smells wonderful. That when those onions hit that heat, 3180, 3184. Okay. Let me look in my cabinet and see. The empty weight is 1893. Alexa, what's 3184 minus 1893?
3,184 minus 1,893 is 1,291.
Alexa, what is 1291 divided by 8?
1,291 divided by 8 is 161.375.
That sounds like a lot of potatoes. We're going to scoop it out and see. And if it is too much, we will just back it up. Yeah, these onions, when they hit that hot potato, oh, the smell is delicious. I have my little Wanda plate. Okay, let's tear it out and scoop out no, it's not as much as it sounds. Of course, this is a side dish. If you wanted to do it as a main dish, I don't see why you couldn't. Yeah, that's a big serving right there. 174. Oh, I went over. I was up on some other number. Yep, I know somebody hollering at me saying, stop. I'm going to stop at 154 and just go with it. So there you have it. That is not sure how many points because I was not sure how much it would weigh. Wasn't sure how much my potatoes weighed and how the whole thing would weigh. So I will have it on the screen. Now, I'm going to let this cool off a few minutes. Come back, give you the verdict. Okay, so just here to tell you right quick. Oh my gosh, so good. I had Holly come in here. She ate some with us and she took one bite. She said, mmm. She looked over at me. She goes, did you film that? I said, yep. She goes, good, they need to know. So I was sitting there eating thinking, oh, I got to put the points in. You know what dawned on me? I'm such a doofus. I said, oh, because I don't know how much potatoes I put in. I'll just weigh it afterwards. That does no good. I don't know how many potatoes to put in the recipe builder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the grams I have, convert it to ounces. Then I'm going to take away the 8 ounces of sour cream, the 4 ounces of cheese, and then I'll just throw an ounce or two for the bacon and kind of get how many potatoes I got that way and give it a point. So don't forget, like I did, weigh your potatoes first. Weigh your potatoes before you put them in there so you know what to put in your recipe builder. So, okay, that's all I know. Have a good one.